Creation of Iya Elepo App. Iya Elepo in my native tongue means seller of oil. In Nigeria, apart from filling station outlets that sell petroleum products such as petrol and kerosene, roadside outfits also thrive. In this lengthy tutorial, we will develop an app to support the operations of a typical Nigerian roadside petroleum product selling outfit. So now we are going to start by, first of all, quickly developing our database. So we right click on Management Studio and then we select Run as Open to start it. So let's connect using SQL Server authentication. So now in Object Explorer, we right click on Databases. And then we are going to click on New Database. So we are going to call this database Iya Elepo DB. Iya Elepo DB. Owner SA, let's click OK. Now we have created the database. We expand databases folder in Object Explorer. We will expand the Iya Elepo DB. And so let's start with creation of tables. New table. Are you following?
Yes.
So now we are going to have the first column we are going to have here is product type ID. That type is it. Then we have product type name. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Product type name. That type is NVACA 50. So let's right click on product type ID, set primary key. Now let's go to identity specification. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
And then we change this identity to yes from no. And then let's save this table as product types. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So now let's right click here, then we select indexes to keys, click add. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Then we change type from index to unique key. Then columns, we change from product type ID to product type name. Then we click OK. Now, then we right click. Then we click Save Product Types. So we've created our first table. Now let's right click again on tables. We are going to have product ID. Let's make the data type to be big int. Product name. NVACA 50. Let there be an optional picture for the product. The data type will be NVACA max. Now let's make this one primary key. Okay, the product type too, we need to know. Let's insert. We need to know the product, we need to know which product type it belongs to. So product type ID. And let's have this business rule that it is compulsory that a product must belong to a business type. A product type. So if a product must belong to product type, that means product type ID must be compulsory. So save. You have Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, products. This should be products. You can see SQL Server telling us that that table name already exists. So products. So now you have product ID. Then you have its identity. You change it from no to yes. Now product name should be compulsory. Picture is not compulsory like I said. Are you following? But then let's right click and create a unique key on product name. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So let's change the type to unique key. Participating column will be what? Product name. Click close. Let me save this. Let me just go back to product types and make sure that the unique key I created is what I intended. Yes, that's it. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
At this juncture, we'll create our first relationship. So right click on database diagram. Say install database diagram support. We click yes here. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
We'll go back again, new database diagram. Now add these two. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Now you drag and drop from product type ID. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
And then you drop on product type ID. Okay? Are you following? So click yes. So that's that. Now we are going to have another table for suppliers that supply the business with petroleum products.
Okay.
So we are going to have product supplier.
Yes.
Excuse me. The data type will be big age too. So it's product supplier ID, or let's just say, product supplier ID. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Then we are going to have product supplier name.
Okay.
Product supplier name. Let's pick that one. Big a bit. Let's pick that one. NVACA 300. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Then the address. Let's make it NVACA max. Okay, we have the address. We have their email address. Okay, let's call it office address. Office address. Email. Email is NVACA 50. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Now, what again do we need? Product supplier ID, product supplier name, office address, email. No, we don't need amount here. It will go to another place, another table. So we have product supplier ID, product supplier name, office address, email. Are you following? What else? Phone number. Phone number and NVACA 50. Let's just leave it that way. So contact person. Contact person. Contact person is their representative.
Okay.
You understand? So NVACA, let's make that 150. Now product supplier ID. We are going to make it identity. You know, just to do a bit of recap, the Iya Elepo business concern, they sell kerosene, they sell diesel, they sell petrol. All these ones we go into Okay, all this one will be going to products.
Okay.
Now, and then under product types, you could have we'll put stuff inside product types. Don't worry. So now, so we have contact person. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
In this table. So what again? So let's set identity for product supplier ID. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Product supplier name compulsory, office address compulsory, email, let's make it compulsory. The only thing, even phone number, let's make it compulsory. The only thing that will not be compulsory is contact person.
Yes, sir.
So now, let's save this as product suppliers. Now, product suppliers is these are the people that Iya Elepo company get their supplies from. Iya Elepo too, they also have customers who buy from them. So
Okay.
we are going to implement a table for customers too.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then the next table we are going to maintain is product supply itself. That's to maintain when the supplier supplied.
Okay.
So we are going to have supply ID. That one too will be big int. Then you need to know the date in which the product was supplied.
Okay.
So you are going to have supply date. Are you following? Then you are going to have the who supplied the product. So product supplier ID. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Then you need to know what product was supplied.
Okay.
Product ID.
Okay, sir.
Then we need to know the quantity in liters that was supplied. Quantity in liters.
Okay, sir.
So now, let's make this supply ID, let's make it primary key. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Let's make it identity. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Supply date, let's make that one date time. Supply date will be compulsory. Supplier ID, that will be big int. Product ID, that one too will be big int. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
And it will be compulsory. Quantity in liters, let's make that one decimal 18,2. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
And that one too will be compulsory. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So now let's save this table as product supplies. Supplies. Now we need to create a relationship.
Okay.
Let's go to diagram 0. Let's add the two tables that are not yet in the diagram. Product suppliers and product supplies. Now, can't see the other stuff. This side? No, don't yet. Zoom. Let's zoom to 50%. I still can't see the stuff. Have I added it really? I have product supplies. Products. Okay, let's see how many tables do we have in the database. 4. Products, suppliers. Okay, product types. Maybe this one is covering it. Okay, it's covering it. That's why. So let's zoom back to 100%. Oh, this guy is becoming big. I don't like that. No, let's. Oh, I can't see it. Zoom. let's close the diagram and not save. So we open it again. So this is the diagram. Let's open it. Let's add the tables one after the other. Let's add the product suppliers first. So these product suppliers, it has no relationship with these two tables. Or do you see any common column? No. So now let's right click again. Let's add product supplies. Now this one has product supply has a relationship with product suppliers table, which is based on the product supplier ID common column that they both have, isn't it?
Yes.
So okay. Now also there is a relationship between products table and product supplies table based on the common column of product ID. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So let's save. So now we clicked on that save button to save. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So that's that. Now let's go back again. Okay, like I said, we need a table to maintain our customers too for the Iya Elepo business concern. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So now we need a table for customer type. We need a table for what?
Customer type.
Customer type. So you have so we are going to have customer ID. Begins.
Okay.
Oh, did I say customer ID? No. Let's have customer type ID. That will be it. Then you have customer type name.
Okay.
Customer type name. That will be NVACA 50.
Okay.
So set primary key. Customer type name NVACA 50. Now let's make this one identity citation. Change it from no to yes. So now we'll go to this one, create indexes to keys. Type, you change it from index to unique key. Columns, you change it to customer type name. You click OK.
Okay, sir.
Now I right click, I save. Customer types. That's that. Now let's create the customer tables. Now the customer table. Are you following?
Yes.
Now for the customer table, we'll go again, new table. We have customer ID. Now I can borrow some columns from suppliers table. So let me just right click on it and go to design. In fact, the structure of suppliers table, edit, copy. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
I can just come here, do edit, paste.
Yes, sir.
I will delete this column. I'll right click and say delete column. I'll change this one to customer ID. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
I'll change this one to customer name. I'm going to have, instead of office address, I will have address. Okay, we will still make contact person optional here. Are you following? We need to know the customer type. So we insert a new column. Are you following?
Yes.
Call customer type ID. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
The data type of this one will be int. And we want to know the type of our customers. By the time we begin to fill in information, you will understand what we're talking about there. So customer name NVACA 300, let's leave it that way. So let's make customer ID primary key. Let's make it identity. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's save these as customers.
Oops.
Now let's go to our relationship. Okay, let's add a new relationship, a new database diagram. In the new database diagram, we are going to add customers and customer types. Close. I need to know what customer type the customer is.
Okay.
And I can do that on their common column, which is customer type ID. So I click OK. Okay. Are you following?
Yes.
So you can see that you don't need to lump everything in one database diagram. You can separate. So I'm saving all that. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me right click at this point and say close all documents. Now I go back again. Now, the next thing we want to do is product sales.
Okay.
That's the last table we want to look at.
Okay.
Product sales. And who do you sell to? Do you sell to your suppliers or customers?
Customers.
Good. So, new table. Product sale ID. Big it. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Sales date. Sales date. Are you following? Now will be date time. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Which customer bought the product? We need to know. That's why we need customer ID here.
Okay.
I hope I'm making sense.
Yes.
Then we need to know what product the customer bought. Product ID. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
And then we need to know the quantity in liters that was bought. Are you following?
Yes.
Quantities in liters. So let's go this way. Product sale ID, set primary key, make it identity. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Customer ID, big int. Product ID too will be big int. Both of them will be compulsory. Even this quantity in liters will be compulsory. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So now let's save this as product sales. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So let's click OK. We still need to do relationship.
Okay.
I want to show you another way of doing relationship.
Okay.
I can do relationship without using database diagram. Yeah, and I've I've seen instances where I've seen SQL Server version, an SQL Server version that I do not see database diagram.
Okay.
So you can still create a relationship by going this way. I right click as you now click on relationships. Then you click add. Now you go to tables and column specification. You click ellipsis. Now the first one is I want to do is between customers. That will be my primary key table, and the participating column will be customer ID, and product sales table. I'm joining it to customer ID. I click OK. That's first relationship. Are you following? Second relationship, I click add again. I click ellipsis under tables and column specification. And my primary key table will be products table. And the primary key column is product ID. Are you following? And then the foreign key table is product sales, already selected for you. And the foreign key column is also product ID. Are you following? So this is another way of creating relationship. So then the last thing you do is you say save product sales. Are you following? The following tables will be saved to your database. Click yes. Now if you want to be sure whether this was actually done, just go on database diagram, right click on new database diagram. Oh, what are you telling me? Okay, let's see whether we can make use of the ones we have before. Let me right click and say refresh. Let me use the second one. Can I add table? Oh, server summer is not lying. Okay, I don't want us to delay ourselves with that. But if you go under products, okay, let's right click on the tables and click refresh. You can see you have product sales, and if you go to under keys, you see a primary key and how many foreign keys? 2. FK there stands for foreign key. Are you following? Okay, at this juncture, it is time to create our app. So, time to create our app. So, how do we do that? We'll start RADZEN. Right click on RADZEN, and then let's say run as administrator. Are you following? Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Click yes. Are you following?
Yes.
So here we have RADZEN has started. I click on new. So I'm creating the Blazor app server side .NET 6 standard. Let's use standard. So we'll create it. We call it Iya Elepo App. And then let's place it on my C drive. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Inside this folder called Iya Elepo App. So we click create. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
And I need this guy. Then Tokali. Emma, you join it.
Okay.
So now we have congrats. We have a message saying congrats. Okay. So now let's continue. Let's click on data. Let's go to new. Select SQL Server. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Data. I'll go to properties here. You can see name server properties in SQL Server.
Okay.
That's my server name. Are you following? I'll copy it. I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, sir.
I'll come here. I'll paste it there. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Go back to this is my database name. I'll right click. I'll pretend as if I want to rename, but I will actually copy. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
I'll go back here. I paste that as well. Are you following? Now, SE, put my password. Are you following?
Yes.
Now I'll say infert schema. I'll click on infert schema. Are you following?
Yes.
So now generate pages for prod operations. Let's use date format. Are you following?
Yes.
Let's enable export to CSV, enable search as you type. Are you following?
Yes.
I think we are good that way. Now the next thing we do is to click finish. Now we go to my applications. Here you have Iya Elepo App. Double click on it. Let's click on run. Are you following?
Yes.
So here you have the generated app. Let's go to customer types. Add individual. Add corporate.
Yes.
Let's go to product types. Lubricants. Fuel. Now let's go to products. Kerosene. Kerosene. Product type. Fuel. Safe. Togal. Motor. Togal motor oil. SE lubricant. Are you following?
Yes.
I'll follow that lubricant. Are you following?
Yes.
So that example is okay. Now let's do product suppliers. Remoteach Lubricants Limited. Office address 24 Macron Close. Becky. Email demolimited@yahoo.com. We'll still do some other things on this. Contact person again. Let me find trouble. Imaya Dani. So we click save. So Togal Nigeria Limited. Office address 25 Machuke Close, Moshi. Email togalLTD@gmail.com. Phone number blah blah blah. MS Rosemary.
Yes.
Okay. So let's have product supplies. Bam. On the 2nd of December, they both teach lubricants. They supplied us with stoker oil, motor oil, let's see, lubricants. The quantity they supplied us was 56 liters. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
On the 4th of December, who are the, wait, let's click also. Okay, the motive were the one that supplied us. So on the 4th of December, Toga Nigeria Limited, what did they supply? Let's say they supplied us with kerosene. Let's say 78 liters. Okay. Now let's have customers. Daniel Igwe. Customer type, individual. 14 Alafia Street. Ejibo, Lagos. Email Daniel Igwe at yahoo.com. Phone number.
Okay.
Customer ID. Second customer, Muyik Software Company. Customer type, corporate. Address, 14 Thierry Henry Close. Email, Thierry Henry Close, London. Email, info@muyik.com. Phone number, blah blah blah. Contact person, Mr. Benjamin Muyik. Now let's go to product sales. So for product sales, at sales date, let's say on the 10th, the customer was Daniel Igwe. The product was kerosene. The quantity in liters was 12. Now let's say on 14th, the customer was Muyik Software and the product was to guide all the lubricants, and the quantity they bought was 32. And on that note, we close the lesson for today.